Hello, my friends! Easter is coming. How could Easter without hot cross buns? Are you tired of buying dry, store-bought hot cross buns? Today, I'm showing you how to make soft, fluffy, and flavorful buns right at home. Don't be intimidated by baking bread. These iconic Easter hot cross buns are surprisingly simple to make. Join me in the kitchen. No matter you are a seasoned baker or just starting out, this recipe is for you. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button and let's get baking some yummy hot cross buns. These are the ingredients for this recipe. There are a lot. But don't worry, you can find a linked full recipe with measurements and instructions in the description box below. First of all, place bread flour in a mixing bowl of a stand mixer, followed by caster sugar, salt, instant yeast, ground cinnamon, and finally ground nutmeg. Love the smell of the spices. Then attach a dough hook onto it. It will do all the hard work for us. Then turn on the mixer at medium speed to give the dry ingredients a quick mix. Roughly make a well in the center, pour in milk, water, and the egg. Continue to knead it for around 5 minutes until a rough dough forms. When the rough dough has come together, keep the mixer on and gradually add in the diced butter until it's well incorporated. As you can see, once the butter is added, the texture of the dough changes. What you need to do is to let the mixer do all the work until it comes away from the sides of the bowl. It takes around 5 to 8 minutes. The dough becomes smooth now. It's so easy to just push it away from the dough hook. Nothing sticks. This is the joy of making bread dough. Now let's enhance it with even more Easter spirit by adding mixed peel, sultanas, and orange zest. Continue to knead the dough until these ingredients are evenly distributed. I like watching the kneading process. It helps work the gluten in the flour to create a smooth and elastic dough. Eventually, it will begin to hold together and develop a soft skin. But more importantly, it should be smooth and doesn't break when stretching it. Just like this. Slightly oil the mixing bowl with vegetable oil or any flavorless oil. Use kitchen paper to wipe off the excess. It can prevent the dough from sticking onto the bowl while it is rising. Then transfer the dough into this oiled bowl. For double security purpose, gently roll the dough inside the bowl until the surface is covered by a thin layer of oil. Then cover the bowl with cling film and place it anywhere warm in your kitchen until doubled in size. But because my kitchen is quite cold at the minute, I place a glass of hot water in the oven. Be clear, it is off. What I'm trying to do is to create a warm and moist environment to help the dough rise. This first proof will take around between 1 and 3 hours. For your reference, mine took 2.5 hours. Honestly, it took longer than I expected, but for this yummy Easter special, it's worth to wait. Place the bowl on the work surface and remove the cling film. Sprinkle some flour on top of the dough and punch the dough to knock the air out. I just loved it. This is the most satisfying steps of making bread. Slightly dust the work surface, upturn the bowl, and the dough should drop easily. Sprinkle some flour onto the dough and start kneading it by the heel of your hand for about 2 to 3 minutes. Repeatedly stretching, Folding and turning the dough will help to knock all the air out before shaping the dough into 12 lovely yummy hot cross buns. Then gradually roll the dough into a log and try your very best to evenly cut out 12 pieces because we want 12 buns in uniform size. To help me achieve the precision, I decided to use a ruler. First, cut the dough in half. Then cut each half in half again. Now I have 4 pieces. Then I eyeball it and cut 3 pieces out of each one. Voila, 12 pieces. They look quite uniform in size, don't they? Now it's the fun part, shaping the dough. Take one piece and stretch the dough to create a smooth surface and pinch the sides to the bottom. Then roll the dough on your palm briefly to form a ball. You should end up with a round dough with a nice smooth surface, just like this. Continue to shape the remaining dough. Place the dough balls on a lined baking tray. Although it is non-stick, the parchment paper is mainly for easier transferring the buns onto a wire rack once they are baked. Then cover it with a tea towel and place it in a warm environment for the second rise. It takes around 45 to 60 minutes. After around 30 minutes, preheat the oven to 190 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, mix 75 grams of all-purpose flour with 5 to 6 tablespoons of water to make the paste for the cross. It depends on the water absorption capacity of flour. I added 3 tablespoons first, mixed with the flour. Then added 1 tablespoon at a time to mix it until it turned into a thick paste, but in a piping consistency so that we can have smooth lines on the buns. The paste for the cross would look something like this. Then load the paste in a piping bag held by a tall glass and secure it with a rubber band. Now let's have a look at the buns. After the second proof, they are so light and puff up. I think they are all ready. Let's pipe the cross. Cut a tiny hole at the top of the piping bag. Start by piping onto the baking tray to make sure the edge of the bun to have the paste. The only one thing for this step is to go slow. Make sure the paste falls onto the curve of the buns, just like this. When you finish the 3 horizontal lines, turn the baking tray 90 degrees and continue the piping. To avoid you getting bored, I speed up the video. In real time, I pipe it very slowly. When it's done, bake the buns in a preheated oven for about 20 minutes or until they turn deep golden brown. Let's prepare the glaze. It will give the buns a shiny and glossy finish. Here I have 75 grams of apricot jam, and I heated it up for about 30 seconds in the microwave. I strained it to make sure it's lump-free and ensure its texture is velvety and smooth. After 20 minutes, the hot cross buns are done. Remove them from the oven and place the tray on the countertop. Oh wow, the smell is incredible. Adding the finishing touch by basting the buns in a luxurious apricot glaze. Look at them! A dozen steaming hot cross buns rest on a tray, ready to warm your hands and delight your taste buds. Finally, use the help of the parchment paper to transfer them on a wire rack and remove it. Don't these buns just look amazing? Look at that beautiful glaze. Can you almost smell the deliciousness through the screen? Here we are. This is my version of this iconic Easter special, hot cross buns. Spicy, sweet, fruity, and fragrant. Truly a warm delight for Easter. Before you go, please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more baking adventures, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a recipe. So happy baking and happy Easter. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.